babies, it's that time again. It's dark, it's rainy, I'm a little bit late. Oh yeah, perfect conditions for this. We are in Romans 5. Romans 5 has some, I'll call them God's greatest hits. Let's see if I can remember them. Like it opens up the first verse. I'm not going to remember it. When you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, you remember that verse. Well, seeing as I'm not going to remember it, the overall gist of the chapter, it's fairly repetitive. And Romans, in case you're not familiar, is really well written. It's, Paul really shows his legal chops in the letter. But he's basically trying to make the point that through one man, Adam, sin came into the world, and in one man, Jesus, grace came into the world. So, I'm not a big fan of the whole Adam and Eve thing, and I'm also not a big fan of the idea of, without Jesus we are condemned. I would say without Jesus we don't have God's best. We don't have ultimate living. We don't have direct access to God. We shouldn't expect to receive all of His promises. I would say that. But condemnation and Adam and Eve, I just look at it as Jesus came to set the record straight, because we basically were continually missing the mark. And missing the mark means it's the definition of sin. So how Jesus led his life as a beautiful, perfect servant of God, perfect servant of other human beings, and showing that perfection in his offering of himself as a sacrifice to give us access to God. Now I know I'm hesitating there because I'm realizing, there is that aspect of his ultimate gift of himself on the cross that fits perfectly in, the pattern type of using sacrifice to restore a broken relationship with God. Absolutely. I have a hard time believing that someone who is that loving would also be that cruel to just condemn those who, for whatever reason, didn't get the point in their lives about the centrality of Jesus. That's just me, baby. So, and it doesn't seem, and that position doesn't seem to be getting in the way of him blessing me. I had another great prayer time last night, another stunner, so to speak. Spirit of God just like came upon me like almost immediately as soon as I put aside everything else and was just trying to be quiet to just hear God and be just be ready for any kind of revelation. Man, he just hit me like immediately, and that went on for almost an hour, just like the night before. And I didn't, I'm continuing my position of not asking for anything. So you would think, well, looks like you've got God's attention there. Now would be a good time to ask him for something. I just don't. I don't want to have a relationship like that. I personally believe he wants something more intimate than that, and that's what I'm going to give him. If he wants to reveal something to me, I'm ready when he is. If he wants to heal me physically or emotionally, spiritually, financially, in some way, I'm ready when he is. But I'm more interested in him establishing his character in me, because I firmly believe when that's the highest priority, the rest just gets added. And that's the whole point of Matthew 6:33, I think it is. Seeking first his kingdom, and then everything else gets added. Yeah, baby. All right, we have somebody going too slow in the passing lane, and you're making my life difficult, sweetheart. All right, now I'm going to have to get out here. All right, I almost gave him a horn, but I hesitated. All right, that was not good. You're going to go that slow, move over, baby. All right. It's also a good lesson for the rest of us. Get in with people who are moving quickly. Okay, that brings me to my next point. I came across this chick. Yeah, baby, she's a chick. Sweet little thing. Oh, yeah, baby. I called her a thing, and I called her little, and I called her sweet. If you check her out, you'll see what I mean. She's got herself all dolled up, makeup, kind of a modern look, kind of a spiked hair do. See if I can remember her name. I can't. But her on YouTube, her ministry is called Prophetic. I can't remember. I'm having trouble remembering things today. That's all right. I'll come back and talk about her. But the thing I wanted to say about her is, it's too bad I can't think of it, is almost everything she said, and I checked out 2 broadcasts of hers, I was like in complete agreement with everything she said. That almost never happens with anyone. And the other piece I found really interesting about her is not only was I in agreement with it, but it was almost like she was saying all the same things I've been saying lately. Not just that I agree with her, but oh yeah, it was it was a great confirmation. So I emailed her, and we'll be chit-chatting, and I'll let you know how that turns out. And I'll let you know her name. Bye.